on that on another live, but I want to, because it's been a minute. I'm going to react to, I don't know if y'all noticed, but not so long ago, right? It's been what? How long? It's been 4 days, right? Let me. 4 days. So yeah. So I'm about to share the screen with y'all real quick, right? But we're gonna hop into a whole nother topic, and we're gonna do a whole nother live when more people interact with a shorty when it comes to the communities and stuff like that. Because I would love to hear from y'all. I would love to hear the stories. I would love to hear how we can make a change. How can we make a difference? We can't change the whole world in one day, but as time goes by little, me showing y'all these videos, and that's only here in Philly. So shout out to the word because he's also doing the same thing from where he's at. So not exactly how I'm doing it, but his way. But what I'm trying to say is pretty soon I'm gonna start uploading the video so that y'all can hear actually what these kids need and want, what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and much more. So I want y'all to hear straight from the kids' mouths exactly what's going on in our communities and what they think is needed to make a difference in our communities. Because if we don't hear their voice, us as adults, we're not going to really know what's really needed when it comes to them. Because you got a life, they got a life too. Don't think that just because they're kids, they're not going through something. We need to really, really wake up, y'all. All right. Hey. All right. So this has recently happened. Apparently, they have caught 6 men. 6 men have been arrested in a sexual predator sting in Polk County. Sheriff Grady Good. So I'm gonna show you this, and I want to show y'all 2 videos from Facebook. These 2 videos that I'm gonna show y'all on Facebook will kind of help you understand what are the programs that this sheriff is talking about. And in a way, listen, man, I was cracking up when the sheriff was roasting these damn predators. Yo, I swear to God, this damn sheriff. Yo, shout out to the sheriff throwing them shots. He actually roasted these predators.
From the 19th to the 25th for 7 days. So with that, on September the 19th to the 25th for 7 days, we did 2 operations at the same time. One was a human trafficking operation that resulted in 219 arrests, and you covered that in the media. The other that was the sexual predator operation that resulted in 6 arrests. These 6 people.
Blessings, Miss 702. Blessings, brothers. Blessings, Young Rios. Blessings, Nate. Blessings, Anita. My bad. I was just really paying attention to the chat now and I seen who's really here. Blessings to everybody. My bad. I just noticed.
Here. I want you to get a good look at these folks because these are people that thought they were going to come have sex with children. They came to a strange undercover location thinking that they were going to encounter a 13 or a 14 or a 15-year-old child. They're dangerous. If it weren't for the outstanding work of the men and women of law enforcement, they absolutely would have attacked children had it not been an undercover operation. We were joined by our colleagues because no one agency can do this by themselves as successfully as we can work.
And that's a fact. What he's saying is a fact. So shout out to them programs that are out here that are partnered up with the police departments and stuff like that to put away all these predators. Because trust me, I'm building caskets up in here. I got caskets, yo. I'm looking for some wood, for some steel, for some metal, for some nails. Listen, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to build these coffins for them, man.
Working together. The Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Lakeland Police Department, the Hillsborough Sheriff's Office, the Tampa Police Department, and the Lake County Sheriff's Office joined us in this operation. And as a result, we took some very, very bad people off the street.
Facts, Miss 702.
So I want to introduce you to them. I want you to see what a pedophile looks like. I want you to see what someone looks like and some of the words that they say whenever they're caught thinking they're going to have sex with children. The first one is Douglas Cooley. He's 26. He's from Apopka. He's employed by the Discover Aftercare. You see, this is a program that is on the Orange County School District's property. To be specific, the Clay Springs Elementary School, where aftercare is provided to children.
It's crazy. Y'all see where he was working at? Yo, and y'all wonder why in the world I'm here building caskets for these niggas, man. Yo, because they belong 7 feet underground. Fuck that, 10 feet underground with a little dance with Lucifer. Like, I want y'all to see that this is happening everywhere. And for those of you out there that think there's no type of programs, there is programs out here that will actually help us. We need to get out of that negative state of mind and actually start, being positive and being productive and actually, it's hard. It's hard because people are hard-headed, yo. Like, look at how these programs, these people got together and actually caught these predators. Me and my son was talking about this when we first saw the video. And it's crazy. When I heard him and I was like, yo, we need to do something because these predators are using social media to lure our kids. They are using social media.
He worked in that program with children. And now he shows up at an undercover operation to have sex with a very young teenage girl. He thought he was going to meet this 15-year-old as a result of a bad stepmom operation. That's right.
Peep how they lure these kids. He thought he was going to lure this 15-year-old, right? Because this kid was having allegedly a bad relationship with the mom. Her and the mom probably wasn't getting along. They was having issues. Mom was probably yelling and screaming. Little kid was probably mad. But that was the decoy. That's what the decoy was using as an excuse. You see where I'm coming from? And this man over here was trying to take advantage. And that's what actually happens in real life. A lot of these kids get in their bag. Like, I'm a living example of it. I'm not ashamed to put my story out there because if I have to help my son, whichever by any means necessary, and I have to do this like this to try to get, whatever help that I can is out there to reach my son. Listen, I'm gonna do it. There's no shame in my game. These predators belong behind bars. There's no hiding this. There's no sugarcoating this. There's no covering this. Because at the same way that this person could try to lure my child, at the same time, he's trying to lure another child. And even if it wasn't my child, it could be your child. It could be this person's child. It could be that person's child. It could be anybody's child. But they use social media is what I want y'all to peep. They use these messengers like DMs, whatever y'all want to call them. These chats, let's put it like that, these chats. And this person was a daycare worker.
Right. He was going to pay stepmom to have sex with a 15-year-old. I'd like to underscore that this program that he worked.
And for those of you wondering, yes, there's mothers out here that have sold their daughters and their sons. Jail is something good for them. These men, these women that do these type of acts do not deserve to be alive.
Work for is a contractor or a vendor, not the school employees, but a contracted service to the Orange County school system. So he thought he was going to meet this 15-year-old little girl and have sex because the bad stepmom arranged it. He was going to pay for it. He said that, I'm interested, but is she the only girl you have? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? He wanted to know if this was the only girl that they had. And then our suspect, Douglas, asked the stepmom, are you her pimp? The child's 15 years of age. He traveled to this location. He was also charged with human trafficking as well. Oh, he was wearing a DARE t-shirt. For those of you who are not familiar, DARE is a program that's taught to teach children how to be safe.
And DARE has been around since I was in middle school. Yo, DARE, that program DARE, and I forgot about it as I got older because these programs do come to the schools. It's just crazy. Like, why did they take them out of the schools? They did take these programs out of the school. This program existed when I was in elementary and middle school. They brought awareness. But then out of nowhere, they stopped. Boom. As soon as you hit high school, they took all these programs out. As soon as my son started going to school, all these programs were done and dealt with. They didn't exist no more. And look what's happening, though. It's crazy. And do y'all still want to be sitting down waiting for what? For you to be the next person that something like this happens to? I'm sorry to say like that too. I mean, listen, man, facts is facts, and I gotta cut this down the middle. This could happen to anybody. Don't think that because it didn't happen to you, it won't happen to you. Man, listen, may God bless every children in this world, on this earth, because they need it. Because a lot of these parents are negligent. But shout out to these cops. Shout out to them parents that are a part of these kids' lives. Shout out to these parents that are, asking questions all day, every day. Shout out to them. Even when your kid gets mad at you. Y'all see what I had to do. I had to sit here and talk to my son's aunt and uncle because he's military to try to get my son over there. And I accepted the help. I accepted their help. Because here in Philadelphia, they took the resources away for kids with autism. That's why listen, on that live replay that I played at the beginning of my live. So if you missed the beginning of my live, go check it out. There was a spokesperson that speaks about autism, and he's the head of that program. He came up with it to help parents, and it's brand new. And there's programs like this in other cities and states to help parents with kids with autism that are having issues right now. I wish he was around when, my situation with my son. Well, he was around. I just didn't know about him. Nobody really brought it to my attention. So I'm glad that I know of this now so that I could show it to other parents and let them know, look, listen, I wasn't able to get the help that I needed at that moment, but he's around. So if you're going through a situation like mine or probably worse, contact him.
And to resist drugs. He was wearing that t-shirt. He's currently in our jail. He said, my life's over. Kinda. We plan to send you to prison for a very, very long time. What you did was a serious felony. But because of the work of our detectives, and I brag on them because they're simply the very best, that night, it wasn't a real child that he was able to groom and convince that it's all right to come over, or it wasn't a real stepmom that was offering up her stepdaughter for sex. He didn't know that, but he does now. And then there's Bureau.
It's crazy that these predators are so thirsty that they can't even tell when they fall for a trap or when somebody's trying to expose them. They can't tell. That's how thirsty they are. Shaking my head, man. For those people that get mad at me for saying I'm building a coffin, man, listen, you need to be in jail. That's for you. But jail is too sweet for them. They don't deserve jail. They deserve a coffin. A little dance with Lucifer.
Muniz. He's from Kissimmee. He's 40. He was a laborer for Brand Safeway Scaffolding. They fired him. They were not amused. He's married. That's right. He thought he was meeting a 13-year-old child, a little girl, for sex. He said he wanted to teach her how to have sex, but he used much more graphic terms than that. Now, if I told you that, you just bleep it out and wouldn't tell everyone. Some of y'all may even cover up some of these faces. But,
I ain't covering shit.
On you if you do.
I ain't covering shit. Expose them. Expose them. Because a lot of these people are getting caught, were never in the sex registry list. And it's crazy that there's people in the list that don't deserve to be in the list. That's crazy. And a lot of them are free. Listen, go do y'all research so y'all can see where I'm coming from. A lot of these predators out here free because nobody knows about them. Or they get covered up by somebody that knows them. And I don't know if they get embarrassed or they scared, what the problem is. But shit, things like this, whether you family, friends, or from the community, these things should never be covered.
But when asked, well, what would you do if a man was wanting to do this to your daughters? And we asked that question because we discovered during the interview with him, he had 4 daughters between 9 and 16 years of age. What would you do if a grown man, 40 years of age, wanted to come have sex with your daughters like you wanted to have sex with this 13-year-old? He said, well, if they tried this with my daughters, he said, I would hang them. Well,
oh, okay, so it's okay for you to do it to somebody else's daughter, but they can't do it to your daughter? Yo, and I'm not saying that it's okay. What I'm saying is he's a hypocrite and he's contradictive. Like, nigga, let's make this shit make sense. People like him belong in a coffin. They belong in a casket. Yo, I'm trying to, not say what I'm really thinking because I don't want that strike. But it's going to get to the point where I'm not going to be able to hold it and say it because, whoa. Like, it's just crazy. But there's people out here that don't even care if they have a child or a daughter, a son, whatever it is that they have, right? And they're doing it to other kids while they're doing it to their child. And they don't even care. It's crazy though. You have a heart for your child, but you can't have a heart for another child. So another parent is not right to be outraged to you up because you did this to their child. But it's okay for you to somebody else up that did what you did to another child. Yo, they sick. They sick in the head.
Let's get slow. We can't do that. But we can prosecute you and send you to prison for a very long time. But while he would take the ultimate violent act against someone wanting to hurt his daughter, he was doing the same thing to someone else's daughter. By the way, his daughters are being screened as well. He's posted bond, and I find it interesting that he's posted bond. He's out.
Oh,
he's
wow.
out until court day. But he traveled, and he's also charged with attempted lewd battery. Now, I want to take this a step further. Keep in mind what he said he would do if they did it to his daughters. So why he is grooming what he thinks is a 13-year-old.
Keep how he said grooming, because that's what it is. For a lot of you out there that are confused, that's what they do. They groom your child first, get them comfortable enough, and boom.
He sends photos of his little man. Did you hear that? He's a little man.
I told y'all he was going to roast him.
The little man didn't have any clothes on. It was nasty. It was a nasty little man. But yet it's okay for him to do that to somebody else's child. Once again, he's locked up. He confessed. He's lost his job. And we intend to do our best to send him to prison. And then there's Trevor Walker. He is a maintenance guy, maintenance tech at a Publix warehouse over in Orange County, Orlando area. He wanted to have unprotected sex for 3 hours with a 15-year-old girl.
These ain't men. These are beasts. These are monsters. These are, predators in disguise. These are not men. And crazy part about it is 2 of these men had kids. How can they? How could you as a parent sit here and do this to a child? An innocent child? Like, let me know. Like, make it make sense.
He went for this bad stepmom deal. He was going to pay her $400, stepmom, so he could have sex. Now, our undercovers talked to this guy for 3 days before he showed up. And you might ask why. Some have to build their nerve up. Most enjoy the pursuit and the grooming as much as they do the sexual encounter. That's what we find a lot with pedophiles. It's the pursuit of their quest as much as it is the sex. He even went so far as to say, well, what would it cost me if I spent all night with a 15-year-old girl?
That's why I said, like, yo, they sick. There's no helping these people. Even if you castrate them, there's no helping these people because they'll find another way to samara. I can't even say the word. Where's Olivia Benson right now?
All right. Here's his moment to not travel. Okay. He's already in trouble for what he said on the computer. But here's his moment. He said, now listen, I don't want to get caught up in any of this Grady Judge Sting business. And I don't want to see
Blessings, Nixie.
Chris Hansen. He got to see both. The Grady Judge Sting and Chris Hansen was there. So he's not only on local television, he's going to be on a program about how he's a pedophile and he's dangerous. And after we caught him and he figured out it was a Grady Judge Sting and Chris Hansen was there to talk to him, he said, well, I made the decision to come here. I'm just stupid. What do you think? Stupid is being nice. You're an absolute moron. He also added that he wanted to have rough sex with his 15-year-old child.
Yo, boy, I'm telling you right now, man, call me Griselda Blanco and put that orange suit on me because there's no way in hell if this happened to one of my kids, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm so glad that I'm learning how to be humble because I'm telling you right, these niggas will be inside out.
He's in jail. There are no 15-year-old children in jail. And this is just a nasty, dangerous person. That's right. Then there's Douglas De Silva of Windermere. Newsflash. I know it's hard for you to believe, but he's illegal from Brazil. He's an Uber driver, and he also cleans houses. I didn't think you could be an Uber driver if you were illegal. You can't take an Uber directly from Brazil here. So
I told y'all he was going to throw some shots at these predators. Yo, shout out to this sheriff, yo. I swear to God, I was geeking the first time I watched this. Yo, he threw shots. He roasted these fuckers, yo. I love the sheriff right here, man. I don't know, listen, if he's from Orange County, from where he works at, but boy had me geeking. I'm like, yo, he deserve it, yo. The other man, when he said he sent his little man with no clothes. I'm like, it was nasty. I was like, yo, these niggas don't learn. Nasty ass motherfuckers want to sit here and take pictures of their John. Like, ain't nobody want to see that. Not even the little kids, nigga. Like, yo, keep that shit in there. Put that shit away. Stop scaring us. We need to chop that shit off and bury it. But see, even when we castrate y'all niggas, y'all still do shit. Y'all still find ways. So listen, castration is not enough. Jail is not enough. We need to dig a 10-foot hole and build a casket for y'all. That's it. That's the solution. Caskets. Shirts coming up soon. I'm building a casket up in this. And on the back is going to say hashtag put away all predators. Yours, mine, his, hers, everyone's. Shit.
So they had to hire him after he got here. He's married. He traveled to have sex with what he thought was a 15-year-old female, and he was going to pay $220 for that experience. Once again, he talked to the stepmom.
Oh shit, Anita knows him.
Kinds of sex. Now we can't go into the details for obvious reasons, but he said, "Hey, I'll up it from $220, stepmom, to $250."
Yo, now this is what you call a BAN. I'm sorry, listen, man, don't strike me, but I gotta say, he's a bitch ass nigga.
Extra $30 if I can have unprotected sex with this 15-year-old child. He's also charged with human trafficking. He confessed. He's been here 4 years and he's waiting on his green card. Well, just thinking out loud, I believe even this administration won't give you your green card since you're now on a federal ICE hold. But
y'all know what's crazy though? See, this guy was trying to lure the kid, trying to pay the mom. There are moms out here on social media that do sell their kids, right? I wish they would catch a mom that's actually doing that in the act so they could put all those moms away. I'm dead serious because it just hurts. I get it. They putting away the predators, and I love the fact that they doing this. But in a lot of situations, there are actually really real moms out here selling these kids, pimping them out. Those moms actually need to be put away. So I love the way that this works, the decoy and finding a way to put these predators away. I wish that we could also enhance the program to try to figure out how can we put the moms that are pimping their kids away too. If there's a way that we could do that, yo, I think that, but see, moms don't go out there looking for it. They wait for the predators to come to them to buy the kid. So that's what makes it hard, yo, real shit. That's what makes it hard. You rarely see the moms go out on social media looking for the predators to come to them. They wait for them to come to them. This shit. So yeah, so see, that's a way to catch them. But no, see, that would be entrapment, so it won't work. See, when you know your laws, I wish there could be a way around that. Yo, real shit.
we'll have to wait and see. He's in jail. We want him to go to prison. And then last but not least, well, no, we have two more actually, but I'll tell you about our veteran.
Facts, they're not moms, they're animals. Devil, they're nothing but the devil in disguise.
He's an Army veteran. He's currently a student. He was a mechanic in the Army, and he's got his VA benefits, and he was learning to be a Harley Davidson motorcycle mechanic. You know, it's been my experience that Harley riders are real men. They're not pedophiles. They're not sex predators, and they don't want anybody that's a pedophile or a sex predator working on their Harley. But he wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old. And he made the statement. Okay, are you ready for this? He made the statement. I don't know who made him a great historian. If this were 200 years ago, our age difference wouldn't make any difference at all.
Oh, wow.
Well,
wow.
It's 200 years later, and it makes a lot of difference to us. He confessed. He's currently in jail. But here's the thing that amazed me. He just moved to Davenport from Kentucky. I got to welcome him to Polk County when we arrested him. And on the way, while he was traveling to have sex with a child, he called his 5-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy up in Kentucky to wish him good night.
What the fuck?
So he's wishing them good night while he's on his way to have sex with a child. Look, folks, these folks all have a hitch in their giddy up.
All these niggas is fucking sick in the head. Like, y'all gonna see when we get to these videos of the people getting caught. Yo.
They're not good people. Now, here's our last one. Ferris Cleese. He's married. He has adult children. He's an Uber driver. He's on public assistance, and he wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old female. Now, he told us he was on public assistance. That's how we know. So did you take some of that government money that we all paid taxes with to have sex with a female?
Damn, Nixie is right though. Damn, they worse than animals. Facts, they're beasts. Because a lioness protects her cubs, a jaguar protects her cubs, a bear protects her cubs. No, I don't think the jaguar protects the cubs. The lioness protects her cubs, the tiger protects the cubs, the bear protect their cubs. A lot of animals protect their babies. Kangaroos protect their babies, especially kangaroos. Damn. Damn. Facts, Nexie.
Put gas in the car, or was that extra money? He's Syrian born, he's naturalized, he is legally in this country. And at the end of the day, he made this prolific statement. Trust is like a glass. Once broken, it will never be the same again. What's that about? Well, he can trust us that he's locked up in jail and we won't break his glass because he can trust that we're always going to arrest when he does something like this. Now, he has a $26,000 bond, but he's out.
What?
So if he didn't use the public assistance money that he said he got that night to get there to have sex with a child, did he use some of that public assistance money to bond out of jail? We don't know. But I find it interesting.
What
He needs to be on public assistance, but he has money to bond out of jail for being a child predator. We will continue these operations. We're going to protect the children, not only of Polk County, of Florida.
Oh, Anita, you welcome to speak your mind. Shit, ain't no judging here. Ain't no judging. You hear what I say. I just try to watch what I say around with what I say, because listen, you're free to speak.
But around the country and around the world, from these kind of deviant actors. That night, they would have all attacked children had it not been an undercover operation, and it had been a real child that they managed to groom online. Are there any questions?
And that's a fact. They was already thinking that it was a real child. So imagine, it could have been your child, my child, his child, her child, their child, anybody's child. So these are things that we really need to start paying attention to.
I just have a question about the human trafficking charges that half of them are facing.
Yes.
What did they do that led to the human trafficking charge?
The ones that didn't get a human trafficking charge talked directly to the child, groomed the child. The others offered to pay the stepmom to have sex.
There's a difference between grooming and human trafficking, guys. There's a difference. See, the guy was actually paying for a child. So that's considered sex trafficking, human trafficking, because the mom was selling, the mom was pimping the child, which is fucked up. And I do not call her a mother. I don't call her a woman. That bitch ain't nothing but Lilith in disguise.
So that way they were engaged in the human trafficking aspect. Okay. Anything else?
I have a question, Sheriff, just about the apps and the social media sites that you used. Were those popular, like everyday apps that people use? Can you
Certainly, we don't tell what sites we go on, but unlike child pornography, where people can go to the dark web and make it really difficult for us to figure out who the child pornographers are.
See, when I was speaking about the AIs and all that stuff, guys, for those that are curious about the same question, this lady says it. They have people watching these chats on Doesn't matter whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Fortnite. It's if it's a chat, they're monitoring that chat and they're able to see what's going on. That's how they're listen, man. I did a whole live about this. Like they're actually watching it. For those of you that think, oh no, they're not hearing my conversations, I'm saved because I got the mic on mute. Man, you got a smartphone, you got a smart TV, you got a smart laptop, a smart computer, a smart whatever. Listen, man, you're not safe. They hear it all. But there's a difference between using what they call allegedly God's eye, right? To listen to conversations and all that, to sitting here actually reading these chats that they're sending back and forth to each other. They can actually see them, they can actually read them. So stop thinking that what you do on social media, the government doesn't know. Because I got a secret for you. They know.
Yet to children, you got to surface into gaming apps, social media apps, and that's where we find them. Sometimes it's gaming apps.
Did he just prove my point? Yo, for almost 5 years, I've been talking about the gaming apps, about these predators, but he just proved, yo, shout out to this sheriff. I like him.
So you've got to be careful, even if you're letting your child on a gaming app online, that they're not being groomed. And if someone that you're playing or the child's playing a game with online wants to all of a sudden talk to them offline from the game, that's a clue. And anytime.
And that's why I want y'all to look at my face very good when I'm saying this. That's why I got the way I got with my son's situation. That's why I got on it. I called the cops, I called the police, everything, because of the conversations. I showed him everything. My son is mad at me right now, but he will understand later on that these people that are trying to lure you out from where you're safe, from your comfort zone, to somewhere where you're not from, in a place that you don't know nothing about, surrounded by people that nobody that you don't know about, that not even me, a person that's telling you not to tell your parents where they live at and where, but they want you to give them permission for your child to travel out of state or out of the city to go to stay with them for whatever period of time. Y'all got to be cautious, because that's what the situation that I was going through with my son. He was into the Fortnites and I'm in his life. So if I wouldn't have caught that on time, my son would have been lured out the city without me even knowing it. But I was a whole detective and I don't care. There's no shame in my game. To save his life, I'll do whatever I have to do. I'll give my last breath. But he's here. He's safe. He's sound. Because at the end of the day, there's no future without him being here alive today. And that's something that I was trying to get his principal to understand. You're also worried about my son's future, that y'all not seeing that he's destroying himself. All this stuff that y'all taught him how to do, that he knows how to do, hacking, coding, all this stuff, had got him into trouble. Because I almost lost my son, and all y'all worrying about is his future in that school. Let me ask you a question. If I don't save him, what future does he have in your school? So you're basically telling me you only care about what he can do for you or give for that school, or what he represents to that school. You don't care if he dies today. You don't care if he dies tomorrow. You don't care what happens, because he's just a body in your chair that you get paid for. That's what I learned that day from that principal. That my child to him was only this. So be careful with y'all kids and them gaming apps, because I've been talking about this for years.
Parents allow children to use social media at all, they've got to monitor it nonstop, because these folks are out here lurking around on these social media apps of different kinds to find your child, to groom your child, to have sex with your child.
Was the Chris Hansen production crew a part of this whole operation?
The Chris Hansen production crew was embedded in this operation. And certainly we offer that opportunity for all of you. Many of you have done this in the past, and you're welcome at any of our operations.
Have you ever been involved with them before in the To Catch a Predator series?
No, not in the To Catch a Predator series. when they were doing the To Catch a Predator series, the processes and systems that they were using with other law enforcement agencies was not one that we would use in our operation. And the way it works with whether we embed you or Chris Hansen and his now To Catch a Predator series, whatever he calls it now, is that he has no interaction with the suspects until after the criminal investigation is complete and they're waiting on transport to the jail. Then we allow him to talk to them. And we'd allow you to do the same thing. Okay? Anything else? Y'all be safe. Take care. We'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. Now I want y'all to see. Oh. Now I want y'all to see what these programs are. So what the guy was asking was if they were a part of this. Give me 1 second.